Dial of Destiny is the last Indiana Jones movie with Harrison Ford. So was it a worthy send-off for the man, the legend?
I've got a one-word review. Unnecessary. I do not need to see old Indiana Jones. You don't think of your grandfather as an action hero. With James Bond, an actor would get too old, they move to a new actor. Robin Hood, Zorro, Sherlock Holmes. All of these iconic characters are played by different actors. But for some reason, we had this idea that we have to show Indiana Jones as an old man. Well, I'm sorry, but that's not why I watch Indiana Jones. I watch Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark because he's a young guy who's fighting Nazis. He's using his bullwhip. He's punching people in the face. When you're 80 years old, I'm sorry, you can't really have a fist fight with a big giant Russian or a big giant German. You know, it was hard to believe it in the Crystal Skull, and that was 15 years ago. And now he's way too old. So if you'll notice, most of the action in the movie are just driving scenes, and some of them are okay, but that's basically all he can do. And so I get it for the nostalgia factor. I don't want to see anybody else be Indiana Jones besides Harrison Ford. I think of Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones. I understand that. But in a way, it seems like they're kind of setting that up with Waller-Bridges. I hope not, as the new face of the franchise.
Yeah.
But look, nobody's going to go see that. Let's just be real.
I was expecting this movie to be good because I love Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I've seen Fleabag and her acting is so good. But she did nothing in Dial of Destiny. Her character was flat. There's an error here because this is not her.
I didn't feel like emotionally tied to her. This is another one of the problems, though, when you have a series of movies like Indiana Jones and you just introduce a brand new character. We don't know who she is. We don't know her father either. He's never been mentioned before. So you have to try to find a way to care about this person in a 2-hour movie. She's kind of like the Han Solo character in the first Star Wars, where it's just about money. I'm just in it for the money. That's all I care about. But you know from any movie you've ever seen that character usually has a heart of gold, and that's what happens. Maybe they should have introduced earlier in the movie to show that she has a vulnerable emotional side. But you didn't really get much of that. It was just wisecracks. You know, it was just fun banter.
Exactly. Why would you hire Phoebe Waller-Bridge when you can just hire any actress and say the same lines and run around? It'd make no difference.
I think that part of it's the directing too. I don't know if Spielberg would have had a little bit better outcome.
Yeah, but James Mangold did Logan, and Logan was so good. So he knows what the audience wants.
You know, I don't know what was missing because she seemed to be kind of charming.
Yeah, she's attractive.
Dude, Mads Mikkelsen's fantastic. I love Mads Mikkelsen. He's good at being maniacal, and he has that sinister air that makes for a good villain.
He reminds me of Christoph Waltz. They have that same air.
I don't know if he's as good as Christoph Waltz, but yeah.
No, he's not. But there's this thing when they walk into the room, you pay attention to them when they talk.
He's got the distinction now of being a Bond villain and an Indiana Jones villain. And I don't think any other actor can say that.
So you think Indiana Jones should have ended with Crystal Skull?
I would have been fine with Star Wars if it had ended with the original trilogy and just be done. I would have been fine with Indiana Jones with the original trilogy and just let that be it. But I know that's not the world we live in, and people want their nostalgia and they want to bring things back. So taking it as it is, the Dial of Destiny was probably better than I expected because I heard so much negativity. Oh, it's horrible. It's a flop.
So how would you rate this, 1 to 10?
What do you say?
I'm going to give this a 4 out of 10, and I'll explain why. I was trying to get invested in the buddy movie dynamic of Phoebe Waller-Bridge and Harrison Ford. I didn't get it.
I might be a little bit more positive, maybe 5.5 or 6. There was some competent filmmaking. I saw some things that were set up and paid off. And I don't think the girl, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, was terrible. She's a decent actress. And in terms of the story of Indiana Jones, sometimes it's better to just not let the story keep going. And you can just keep it in your imagination, and there can be a mystery about it.
There's one thing that they could have done to the story that would have made it better. And we'll talk about it in spoilers. The link is right here. See you there.